gosh. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Delusional Daydreams podcast. I am your host, Ari Lou. And for the first time in my life, I have a vision. I have a crystal clear, all-encompassing vision and direction and path for my future. Holy shit. Do you know how wild that is for me to say? If you've been watching from the very beginning, something I've mentioned a few times is just how I've almost got like this spider web of interests and passions and things that I want to do with my life that seemingly I have no idea how they're all going to come together into one cohesive thing. And I never wanted to just choose one path because it felt like just focusing on one little path over here felt like I was completely ex-naying everything else. And that just never felt right to me because I want to do everything. But how can I do all these different things that seemingly don't go together? How can I accomplish that? How can I merge all of it into one thing? And it's just absolutely wild to me how the last couple weeks, with going through the process of transmuting the dense emotional energy of truly closing the book to the last chapter of my life and processing the emotions that go with that, to allow the space to truly step into my new beginnings, to step into a future that I never envisioned for myself without attaching to anything from the past, without having anything from the past holding me back. I feel like that's what I've been going through the last couple weeks, honestly, the last couple months. But the last couple weeks, I've been in this kind of just going through the motions of transmuting this energy day by day, doing the same thing. And I have been craving and itching for a spark of inspiration, for clarity, for insight, for a breakthrough, for just something to pull me out of the mundane of what feels like life, and something to reignite my purpose, reignite my passion, and give me a sense of direction to move into this new beginning that I'm inevitably energetically stepping into. The last podcast, I think I was talking about how like I'm ready. I'm ready for a new beginning. I'm ready for something to come in to give me the inspired action that I'm ready to take. I don't know what action to take. I don't know where I'm being pulled, but I'm ready to have something to push me into this. And throughout the last week, I had a breakthrough. And for the first time in my life, it's all coming together. The spider web of craziness of my passions, hobbies, and interests, and everything I want to do, I have discovered my future. Now, I don't want to go into super detail on what specifically it is, because something I've learned about myself through my journey is I get very excited about things, and every time I speak too soon, I ruin a good thing. So I'm keeping the details of everything to myself, but in general, I just wanted to share that for the first time, I finally feel like I found my purpose. I also had this breakthrough this morning because this whole journey of going through the breakup, coming back to my hometown, moving in with my parents, and really crumbling the foundation of everything from my past, not only the future that I had envisioned and was building with my past partner, but crumbling the foundation of everything I thought I was, everything I knew about myself and who I believed I was, and completely starting from scratch. And part of this transition, a lot of it has been about my sobriety journey, more specifically focused on no nicotine and quitting my smoking addictions with that, and quitting marijuana, because that was a huge hindrance in my life. But all of it together is just setting boundaries for things that are no longer serving me, learning how to build trust within myself and do the things I say I'm going to do and follow through with those things, and therefore building confidence within myself that I can navigate this world with pure intentions. But a lot of this has been about my sobriety journey, and something I've come to learn about myself, and I will wholeheartedly admit this, I have a very addictive and somewhat obsessive personality. And for a long time, I thought that this aspect of myself was truly a hindrance, was truly something bad, and was something that I would never be able to harness control over in my life. Because for a lot of years, honestly, since I was about 17, I have been, so that's like almost 10 years, 11 years. No, it's about 10 years, because I started my sobriety journey right before I turned 28. So for about 10 years of my life, it's about a third of my freaking life. Oh my gosh. I was dealing with substance abuse issues. That substance abuse, wasn't just with nicotine, wasn't just with marijuana. It all started with alcohol. I had a really bad alcohol problem for a long while. And then that led into harder substances. It got bad for a while. And I always thought that having this kind of personality where I was easily addicted to the thrills and the highs of life, just chasing experiences, chasing new beginnings, chasing thrills, chasing the party scenes, chasing friend groups, chasing distractions from actually needing to take the time to stop, look in the mirror, and face the things I needed to face my demons, and conquer the things within myself that I needed to conquer, right? I just had a very addictive and obsessive personality, and something I'm coming to learn is that for so many years that truly was a hindrance in my life, but now that I've got this new breakthrough, this new vision, this new inspired motivation to take action, I'm learning that maybe this addictive, obsessive personality can actually be quite a benefit if I learn to harness this in a really progressive, productive way. Because in a way, being addicted to something, being obsessive with something really is a hyperfocus. It is a hyperfocus on either a substance, on either an experience, on either chasing something, doing something, but it is a hyperfocus on something. And that can truly be a strength if you learn how to hyperfocus this energy into something productive and forward moving rather than something that's going to hinder you. And something I'm also learning about myself is that through all of these times and through all of these years where my addictive obsessive personality was focused on substances, experiences, and people that were hindering me and distracting me, I was doing that because I was fucking bored. If you're bored and you're not inspired by something bigger than just doing something simply because you're doing it, but if you're not like inspired by a bigger picture, inspired by a bigger motivation, and doing something that truly fulfills you, or having a purpose beyond the self, truly having something that fulfills you and being able to put your energy into something like that, there's all this room for boredom. And with this personality trait, if you're bored, you're going to find things to hyper focus on, to keep you busy, to keep you distracted, to fill your time and energy void into something that is an instant gratification fulfillment. Like in the moment, right? Instant gratification is instantly very gratifying. But over time, that instant gratification starts to wear off. And you start to realize that what you're hyper-focusing on, what you're addicted to, that instant gratification is no longer fulfilling. And you start to really see how it is messing with you and hindering with you. But if you don't have a way to redirect that hyper-focus addictive personality into something fulfilling, if you don't know what fulfills you, if you don't even know who you are, what you like, what you're interested in, what you're passionate about, if you haven't taken the time to explore that, maybe that's what you need to redirect your focus onto. So for me, it was a redirection from the substance abuse into my work ethic, into regaining my financial independence, into exploring hobbies and creative passions, into now I found doing the podcast and video editing and photography, into family relationships and reconnecting with loved ones that I haven't had the time to connect with over the last however many years since I was gone and traveling and living somewhere else, into building my car and having that turn into a camper so that I can do long road trips and get out into the natural world with my dog, into taking care of my dog, getting out into nature, doing long nature walks and breathing and reconnecting with myself, into doing my yoga practice every single morning, into focusing and hyper-focusing on my holistic self-care practices. There's all of these things that I have been re-navigating my addictive, obsessive personality into my forward motion, because I, for the first time in my life, have this motivation and inspired action that is more than just like getting over a breakup. It is about regaining myself, reconnecting with myself and the divine consciousness, and rebuilding a foundation for myself that is solid, and discovering myself and building trust and confidence within myself. So it's so much more than just moving on. It's about me and focusing on the center and regaining connection within. And that has truly been my redirection. And now for the first time, it's like I was redirecting for all these months. And then I got the information of my ex moving on so fucking rapidly, and feeling the sense of betrayal and abandonment from everything I thought I knew or thought my future still had potential to be, to having to transmute all this dense energy, which was really me closing the chapter or the book to the last leg of my past life, and releasing any sense of limitations to what my future would be and who my future would be with, to create space for this brand new breakthrough of what my future has the truest potential to be. The impact I'm here to make that's beyond my self-discovery journey, right? I've spent the last 6 months building this foundation for myself to create the space to step onto the platform of my new beginning, which is my truest destined impact, which is the creation I am meant to bring into this world, which is the legacy I'm meant to create for not only me, but future generations of my lineage to come, and for the betterment of humanity. So it's like, now I'm redirecting, and I'm still doing the self-discovery stuff, but it's transformed from just focusing on the self, focusing on the wholeness, and diving deep within, to finding bigger motivation and becoming somewhat addicted and obsessed with my purpose. And now that I've discovered my purpose, it's all I can think about. Because over the last couple months, having to transmute the energy of getting over my ex, oh my gosh, that was hard. That was fucking difficult, fam. And the last couple weeks, I was just sick of it. I was so bored with it. I was like, God, I'm sick of feeling this way. I'm sick of constantly obsessing over it. I'm sick of being haunted by this fucking image of their faces together. I'm sick of being reminded of the lies and the deceit. I'm fucking so over the sadness. I'm sick of being sad about someone that played me like a motherfucking fiddle. And coming back to this clarity of like, why am I upset over someone that did this to me and played me like this and treated me like this? I don't deserve this. I'm sick of feeling like this. I'm ready to step into the new beginning. I'm ready to have the breakthrough. I'm ready to obsess and be addicted towards my next inspired action. And I finally fucking got it. It came through, and it came through in a way that I wasn't expecting. It is putting me on a path that I feel like I always knew I was going to go down, but I was like, for the longest time, I was just like not even considering it, not ready for it. But for the first time, I truly feel like this is what I meant to do. 100,000%. And by stepping into pursuing what I'm meant to pursue, it doesn't limit me in any way. It's like it really is an encompassment of every single thing that I want to pursue in my life, every single passion that I'm passionate about and interested in, all the impact that I want to make, something that is so forward thinking that quite literally is still in the emergence of coming into existence, that is controversial, that is just everything I want to be a part of in the forward progression of humanity and in this world, that it's like, this is how I know it's meant for me. Because for the first time, I don't feel limited. I don't feel like I'm saying no to other things. It feels all encompassing of everything I love, with the potential to expand into things that don't even exist yet, that I am so excited to be a part of. Holy schmoly. So yeah, I am just freaking mind blown right now at just the irony of life, how everything plays out the way it's meant to play out for a reason, right? Because I truly don't think I would have come to the acceptance of this being my life path and having the potential and truly having the belief within myself that I am capable of achieving what I am envisioning in my mind of achieving, if I wouldn't have gone through the breakup, if I wouldn't have discovered the information about the lies and deceit the way I did, because without all of this happening, I wouldn't have released and closed the last pages to the book of my past life. Not to mention everything that happened in my life before that. I mean, you can go all the way back to fucking childhood. I remember when I was a kid, I was thinking about this morning. When I was a kid growing up, and not just a child, I mean like when my entire life, I was a very depressed child. I was a very sad kid. I thought about things on a very deep level, and I was so deeply unsatisfied not only with my life, but with the world that surrounded me, with the environment that I was in, with the options that were laid out in front of me for my future. What was being told to me was a priority for me and what should be a priority for humanity, how the world operated. Everything about this world fucking depressed me as a child. And no wonder so many years of my adult life, I had substance abuse out of boredom because I found no fucking purpose. I found no motivation because I felt fucking hopeless. Not only within myself, because I had no trust and confidence within myself that I was able to navigate this world intentionally and truly be able to work through the demons that I personally needed to work through, more specifically when it came to my substance abuse issues and how to navigate and control myself and my impulsive motivations and actions. I felt like I had no control within myself for literally my entire life. When it came to food, when it came to substances, when it came to friends, when it came to just wanting to do things. Like, I'm such an impulsive person, which again, for so many years, I thought that that was a hindrance in my life. But I'm learning that if you have focus, if you have direction, if you're intentional, being impulsive can actually also be a very great gift. Because being impulsive means that you're willing to take action readily without wasting too much time. And some of the most successful people in the world are willing to take risks and take action without wasting too much time on overthinking, because we learn through trial and error. And if you're stuck in the waiting period of taking action, you're never going to get anywhere. You have to be willing to move and do the trials and errors that it takes to come to the fully successful formula of, okay, this is what works. So now that I'm at this point where I have learned to navigate my addictive obsessive personality into forward motion, into intentional forward inspired action and something bigger than myself that inspires me and motivates me and propels me and excites me and gets me excited about life again, gets me excited to get out of bed every single day, to want to do more, to want to learn more, to be more. Now I've got the impulsivity within me to take the necessary risks to get me where I'm trying to go, to face the fears, to move against the existing paradigms and limiting beliefs and constructs of what society in the world is today. All strengths, if you learn how to use them. All these things that I thought were hindrances about my own self truly are strengths if I learn how to harness the energy and the power. It's all about the intention, is what I'm learning, which is just so fucking cool. But it's just wild to think, my whole life, everything has led me to where I am today, to have the breakthroughs that I have today, to have the vision that I have today, to have the imagination that I have today, to have the ideas that I have today, to have just the energy to move forward. And the energy to move forward, truly, it's like, I was such a sad fucking child, unmotivated, so just like, what the fuck, hopeless about everything that surrounded me. And I'm learning that that was all fucking necessary, because that emotion truly is the catalyst for the impact that I want to make, for the change that I want to see and be a part of in this world. And that is just like fucking mind-blowing to me, to realize that quite literally every single feeling I've ever had, every single experience I've ever had, every single quote unquote wrong turn I've ever made, hindrance within myself that I thought I had, all is there for a fucking purpose, to lead me to here today. there was no wrong turn anywhere, because every single thing I've done, every single thing I've felt, every single thing I've experienced, every wrong decision I've made, every learning lesson that has come out of every fucking failure has led me to where I am today, to keep me moving forward into the vision, into the impact, into the purpose that I am stepping into this new beginning. And that is a goddamn breakthrough. That is miraculous. That is so fucking insane. Oh my God. It gives purpose to everything. And it makes me so excited about the future. It makes me so excited about what I'm going through now. It's just like everything has purpose. Everything in my life has had purpose. It keeps fueling purpose. Fuck, it's so cool. It is so fucking cool. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's like the last week, I've transferred this addictive, obsessive personality from transmuting the dense emotional energy of saying goodbye to the ex, closing that chapter of unveiling this truth, into obsessing and getting addicted to the breakthrough of what my truest purpose is in life and stepping into this new beginning. And this vision that I have for myself, it's crazy. It's so big. People can call me crazy. Call me fucking crazy. I don't care. Again, I'm not talking about the details of it because I'm not trying to ruin a good thing right now. But in the past, I would have been like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this? And I would then start obsessing about the how and trying to plan out a million steps in advance. But something I'm learning is that it's not necessarily about the how. Right now, it's about becoming addicted to the vision, addicted to the purpose, addicted to the big picture in the direction in which I'm moving. And now that I'm addicted to the vision, and the vision is getting clearer and clearer with every step I take, it's about surrendering to the step by step. It's about surrendering to the now and realizing that I'm not supposed to know 5 steps ahead, let alone 2 steps ahead. I am only supposed to know every step I take, 1 foot in front of the other. And with each step I take, surrendering to the faith that with each step I take, I will then be given the insight, I will then be given the inspired action to take the next step. I will be given the opportunity, I will be given the insight, I will be given the network to take the next step, in surrendering to each now. And each now will lead me to the big vision, but keeping my eye on the vision and releasing what the trail to the vision is supposed to look like. Wow. Fucking wow. Life is so cool. It's crazy to think that literally just a couple years ago, like, I was not excited to wake up every day. In fact, I just wanted to sleep all day, every day. I didn't want to do shit. There was no purpose. I didn't even want to be alive. I didn't even want to be breathing. There was no hope. There was no vision. There was no passion. And it's crazy to think that now I'm here today. Just like, thank God I kept going. Thank God I kept my head in the game, this game of life. Thank God I didn't call it quits. Thank God I'm still breathing. I'm still here, because just feeling, and the sun's starting to shine, just feeling the passion of my purpose and the passion of impact and the passion of my newfound beginning and direction, just feeling where I'm at today is enough to make it all worth it. Whether I reach where I envision going or not, just feeling this level of like, holy shit, breakthrough, this within itself is worth it. Just this is worth it. Holy shit. That's wild to say. And to think that this is just the beginning. This is just the fucking beginning. I haven't even fucking taken the first step into it, right? Like, what? Life is crazy. Life is cool. Life is ironic, but nothing is coincidence. Shit. Okay, well, I think that's all I have for today, folks. I just really wanted to come on here. And again, this whole podcast is the documentation of the journey of everything, of me. And thank you so much for tuning in and being here to experience the journey with me, step by step, day by day, week by week, moment by moment. The roller coaster of the journey. Thank you so much for being here. It truly is such an honor to be able to share this with you guys, to be able to open up through every leg of the journey. And I'm just so excited to see where all of this goes. Not only the purpose and the passion and the impact of this newfound beginning, but just the documentation of this as well. To see where this goes, to see where this can lead to inspire you within your own journey and within your own life and impact. Yeah, it's just, life is so cool. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, month, year, eternal lifetime of experiences. Until next time, Ari Lou signing out. Peace punch, Captain Crunches. Bye.